what is your inner critic? And actually, how do we start to notice our inner critic? So ultimately, our inner critic is that voice in our head. It's that internal chatter. And I don't know if your inner critic or critics, because you can have more than one, are anything like mine, but they are a constant stream of, you're not good enough, you don't know enough. How could you even think that you could do that? It's a negative voice of self-doubt that is often actually quite binary. So I never really kind of have a halfway house, a grey area with my inner critic. It just tells me that I can either do something or I can't. And it can be quite rude. It's also something that I feel can be kind of almost like change the tape. I think that my inner critic has said probably very similar things to me over the years and hasn't changed very much over time. But ultimately, it's this worst case scenario. Yeah, and the gremlin. Yeah, there's lots of different words for this. So people may call it a gremlin, a saboteur, an inner critic. There's lots of different ways in which we call it. But essentially, it is something inside of us, a voice or multiple different voices that like to ultimately put us down, and its role is to keep us safe. So I think of mine as my kind of internal health and safety department. It's there to try and keep me safe, to stop me from taking risks, but what it's actually saying to me is rarely accurate. So our inner critic goes very quickly to the worst case scenario, which is naturally kind of in that space.